And with that included, we're back. And today's video will be called The SEC Noah's Ark Navigating the Crypto Great Flood. Let's get into it. So, what we're going to talk about is all the crypto crashes that have happened since 2021 up until now, some of the biggest ones and some of the smallest ones, and how exactly it affects the market. Let's get into it. Says after their peak, the crypto market began to fall with the rest of the market. By the end of 2021, Bitcoin had fallen nearly 30% from its peak, down to 47,686.81 cents. And Ethereum had fallen by 23% to 3,769.70 cents. Through much of the late January to late April, cryptocurrencies struggled for direction. Bitcoin swinging between 35 to 48,000. On February 2022, four crypto agencies purchased Super Bowl ads: Coinbase, the infamous FTX, eToro, and Crypto.com. Coinbase became one of the most downloaded apps after that aired. And in early April, the United States Security and Exchange Commission announced that they would begin putting regulations on crypto agencies, setting the stage for a broad sell off. Let's go down the timeline. On April 4th, BitMax became the first crypto agency to announce layoffs, laying off 25% of its workers. On May 3rd, the Federal Reserve raised its interest to 0.5, triggering a broad market sell off. Over the 8 days, Bitcoin fell 27% to just over 29,000, and Ethereum 33.5 to around 1,960. The Nasdaq fell 12.5% during the following 5 days after the announcement. On May 10th, Coinbase, with shares down nearly 80% from the peak, announced that if they went bankrupt, people would lose their funds. Interesting. The CEO later announced that there were no at risk of bankruptcy. They weren't at risk of bankruptcy. On June 12th, Celsius Network, a crypto exchange, announced that the halt of withdrawals and transfers. Bitcoin fell 15% following day to nearly 22,500. Ethereum to 1,200. A wave of layoffs from other crypto agencies accompanied this, including Crypto.com and Coinbase. Right? June 13th, 2022, Tron's algorithm stablecoin USDT lost its peg to the United States dollar. On June 17th, Bitcoin dipped under 20,000 for the first time since December 2020, and Ethereum fell below 1,000 for the first time in January 2021. Also on June 17th, Babylon Finance, a crypto lender in Hong Kong, froze withdrawals. In June 23, CoinFlex paused withdrawals after a counterparty, which later named Roger Ver, experienced liquidity issues and failed to repay a $47 million stablecoin margin call. Now, this is a big one. On 27th of June, Triple Arrows Capital, a cryptocurrency hedge fund, who got bailed out by a crypto PPP loans in some of our early videos, you can look back. Hedge fund defaulted on a $670 million loan from Voyager Digital, a cryptocurrency broker. On June 30th, FTX announced that they could acquire BlockFi, a crypto firm that had laid off 20% of their staff. Interestingly enough, as we all know in hindsight, there was a foreshadowing of what happened to FTX. By the end of June, many crypto agencies began to rethink their spending as their funds began to dwindle. On July 2nd, Three Arrows Capital declared bankruptcy. On January 4th, July 4th, Vlad, a Singapore-based crypto lender backed by Coinbase and Peter Thief, halted withdrawals and trading on these platforms. On July 5th, eToro terminated their special purpose acquisitions company, SPAC, deal and laid off 6% of their workforce. On June 5th, Voyager Digital filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. On July 6th, Genesis Trade disclosed that it was exposed to the Triple Arrows Capital bankruptcy. On July 8th, blockchain.com announced to the shareholders that it faced a potential $270 million loss of loans because of Three Arrows Capital. On July 11th, it announced that crypto miners in Texas had temporarily shut down because of an intense heat wave that put a strain on the energy grid. July 11th, Financial Stability Board stated that crypto must be subject to effective regularization and oversight commerce for the risk they pose. July 12th, a filing of a Southern New York bankruptcy court from attorneys representing Three Arrows Capital creditors stated that the company's founders' whereabouts were unknown. In July 14th, Celsius Network declared bankruptcy. In July 19th, Skybridge Capital froze withdrawals. All right. On July 20th, Vladimir filed for protection against his creditors in evaluation of bankruptcy in the United States. In January 20th, ZipMax, a Southeast Asian exchange, froze withdrawals. July 25th, Coinbase came under SEC investigations for potentially lying to their customers. This led to a 21% drop in their stock. And on August 8th, Singapore-based cryptocurrency lender Hajj suspended withdrawals. Now, let's get into the Terra Luna situation. In May 2022, the stablecoin Terra Luna fell to 10 cents. This was supposed to be pegged to a United States dollar. A complex algorithm relationship between the support coin of Luna, a proposal was approved to reissue a new Luna cryptocurrency and decouple from that banded UST. The new Luna coin lost value in the opening days of listed exchange. In wake of Terra Luna's collapse, after another algorithm stablecoin DE lost its peg to the dollar and started to collapse. Also, for those that don't know, on January 7th, 2022, a class action lawsuit filed against EtherMX, alleging it to be a pump and dump with personalities of Kim Kardashian, former professional boxer Floyd Mayweather Jr., former NBA player Paul Pierce, and other celebrities have been lost in promoting Ethereum cryptocurrency on social media accounts. On February 18th, the United States Circuit Court of Appeals 11 ruled a lawsuit against BitConnect in the Security Exchange 1933 extends targeted solutions using social media. In the same day, a class action lawsuit against SafeMoon for allegedly pump and dump scheme with Jake Paul, Nick Carter, Soldier Boy, Little Yachty, social media personality Ben Phillips, named in a lawsuit for promoting SafeMoon cryptocurrency misleading information on their social media accounts. And on April 11th, the class action lawsuit in Florida against LGB Coin, cryptocurrency company, and NASCAR professional stock car driver Brandon Brown and political commentator Candace Owens alleged the defendant made false or misleading announcements about LGB Coin, and the founders of the company had been engaged in a pump and dump. On April 13th, Coinbase received a class action securities fraud lawsuit from shareholders for including false and misleading statements in omniscience or regularization statements and preluding the initial public offering. This is for their stock. In June 13th, Binance received a class action suit from $2,000 investors accusing the company of false advertising promoting the Terra USD. On June 17th, Terra Lunas received a class action suit in the United States alleging the company misled investors in violation of the federal and California securities laws and marketing cryptocurrency in a manner resembling securities. On July 7th, Celsius Network received a lawsuit from a former cryptocurrency investment manager alleging the company had failed to implicate adequate risk management strategies and accounting practices for hedge fund against cryptocurrency price inflation and to protect its ability to repay its deposits. And the company was operating on an effective Ponzi scheme. July 2021, no, July 21st, 2022, an ex Coinbase employee and two other men were charged with wire fraud and conspiracy to commit wire fraud. This marked the first time for charges were brought to people involved in cryptocurrency assets. Let's go a little bit further. November of that year was the FTX crash, right? Now, for those that don't know, FTX was a big exchange led by Sam Bradford. They filed for bankruptcy November 11th, 2022, and SFB had been arrested in the Bahamas December 12th of that year, right? So what happened? Well, FTX from November 2nd of that year to December 8th had a massive sell-off that caused a lot of problems. So basically, SFB also founded a crypto trade firm called Alameda Research. CoinDesk reported Alameda troubled balance sheet on November 2nd. Its larger assets, according to the reports, are billions of dollars worth of ATX. The CEO of rival exchange Binance CZ tweeted that he planned to sell off Binance's stockpile of FTT because of recent uh, insights that have come to light. Basically, that they were doing a lot of fraud and things in the back. And he basically sold off a whole lot of the FTT, right? Referring that it would be close to the crash of Terra Luna. CZ announced that it led to basically a huge crash of the whole market for FTT. So after that, basically everybody starts selling. Once everybody starts selling, they therefore had to call for bankruptcy. And when they did a bankruptcy, that's when they did an audit to kind of find out everything that was going on, where the money was, finding out that they didn't really have money. It was a lot of fake fugazi. Huge crisis. The next, actually, which is foreshadowing, would be CZ and Binance. Because exactly after Binance actually had trouble with the government themselves, right? Basically, they lost the case and they end up having to pay $4 to $5 billion to the United States for basically fraud and laundering money. And from there, CZ well actually has to go to jail. And I think in order for him to get out early, he has to pay $150 million. But going from that, all these things have led to cryptocurrencies flood and hopefully the Noah Ark of the SEC to come save everything. But wait, one would ask, why do these things matter? Basically, what you're seeing is how a lot of things are connected. A lot of these companies that have crashed that were crypto lending were involved in the PPP loans. So some would say it's an effective way to be able to get rid of a paper trail of backing and money laundering. Also, all these things have led to the ETF acceptance and now future crypto regulation. And wait, there's even more. Some speculate that going forward, there will be a black swan event or an even further crash of the stablecoin of Tether. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to say it's going to happen for sure, but I'm going to say this, that if Tether goes to a crash, if Tether depegs, everything that you've seen in crypto as far as a low, you haven't seen the worst yet. If that happens, we're seeing prices potentially we haven't seen since probably even before the last bull run. But I'm just here to be aware. I'm Kal-El. My job is crypto advisory, metaverses, NFT, everything of that nature. I have one ebook, two PowerPoints, one book for cryptocurrency, one PowerPoint for gold and silver, a third PowerPoint for crypto AI stocks, nano machines, and flying cars and that things of that nature. Right? As I always say, we are to learn from the past so that you're not deemed to repeat it. These things are happening. I'm kind of slingshotting or foresighting the next situation in crypto that will result in a massive uptake. This is Kal-El. I'm signing out.